Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 62 of the ToonamiGAF podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. As usual, we have B-Dubs and C-Kohler.
Ooh.
Hello.
And this week we also have Morden.
Hey.
And so, in this final episode before presumably Comic-Con, let's get down to it. What do we think the new show is going to be?
JoJo.
Yeah, it's going to be JoJo. But after that, I mean, there's a pretty good timing of when the Ushio and Tora dub hits, and Toonami loses a pair of shows around then, so who knows?
They only lose one.
Oh, right.
You think they'll add a longer show like that so soon?
I have no idea. That's why I'm sort of not thinking it's going to happen.
How long is it?
About 52.
No, it's like 12,
something
20,
weird.
30,
it's like 39 or
36
something.
36 just episodes.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that. Yeah, no, 36 is nothing. If the Marco decides he likes it, he'll put it on.
Yeah, but you know,
Sentai dub, yeah.
when would they get Mob Psycho or Academia then?
Oh, you just got a hard on for Academia.
No, I don't.
Little bit.
What?
I think you're thinking of me. I'm the one who's always on here saying we ought to get that.
I know one of you guys is always on it.
I think it's still one of the best shows we could get right now.
Yeah, I think it would fit the block perfectly.
I don't know. I've watched that. I've watched, Ushio and Tora. I'm like, I think Ushio and Tora fits a little better. But, that's just me.
I mean, it just doesn't have... I've never seen it anywhere near the top of most wanted shows.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's sort of an under-the-radar awesome shit.
So Comic-Con is this weekend?
It is next week.
I thought Anime Expo was the one that was coming up.
Oh, Anime, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, Anime Expo is this weekend, and on Sunday, Jason DeMarco and Gil will be at the Fooly Cooley 2 and 3 panel.
Yep.
And they said that they will release a trailer at that panel for the show. And I was looking really carefully over the schedule, and I didn't see a Toonami specific panel.
No, I don't think they'll be.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to announce anything else Toonami related there, unless I missed it.
Well, I mean,
there is a JoJo panel, I believe, from Viz.
They might announce it there.
That's a good point.
But at the same time, there's still about 12 weeks of, whatever the hell left. So
Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to say its name.
Well, I think the thing is that so Stardust Crusaders is definitely the Titan replacement.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's a question of I mean, we're all kind of thinking Mob Psycho for Tokyo Ghoul.
That'd be a good pick. Is the dub even out yet?
Yeah, it was simul-dubbed.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah, I think I saw an episode of it in English too. Yeah.
And then maybe if they don't, when Lupin ends, if they don't want to go back to Gundam, maybe that's Ushio and Tora.
Yeah, because Lupin's about 12 weeks out. Well, more like 10 out. Because that's only a 12-episode run too, right?
No, I believe Lupin is 24.
Hang on.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Like 24, 25.
Yeah, it's 26.
Oh, wow.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah, no, 26.
Well, it actually only shows 24.
No, I got 26 on Crunchyroll.
It's weird because the Wikipedia page episode list lists only 24, but
There might be OVA specials or something.
There's a two-parter in there, so it might be
it ran for 26 episodes in Italy and 24 episodes in Japan.
Yeah. They probably added in... Actually, they probably added in this two-parter thing I'm looking at right now.
That's really odd. That
Oh no, wait, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong column. It is
okay. Why would Italy get extra episodes? That's strange.
They
Well,
love Lupin.
it did actually air in Italy first before Japan.
Yeah. No, they love
really?
it. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's probably what it was. There's a pair of two-parters, and they might have just decided to do them both at once in Japan.
Cool. Well, so about a 20-some-odd episode series, so we've got a little ways to go on that still.
So yeah, that'll be like
End of the year.
That'll be like early next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that slot is probably either we still want to do Gundam again or fuck Gundam.
Yeah. I mean, outside of what is it, Iron Blood and Orphans Part 2, what the heck are they going to show there from Gundam?
G Gundam HD.
Oh God, don't even tempt me with that. That's
Probably
my shit
not.
right there. I know, but that would be my shit.
I don't know. Maybe G Gundam HD is like a hey, Ghost in the Shell's over. So
when is the next show's final episode? Like, is it Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan's final episode is on the 22nd of July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to announce something before Comic-Con for that. Although they can do that at any time, I guess.
The deadline for the announcement is the 15th of July because I remember Seta posted his list of when the show was announced versus where it started airing, and like literally there was a hard cutoff where there was never a show that was announced less than 2 weeks before it aired.
Yeah, because they want to be able to put together, trailers and whatnot.
Oh, wait a minute. What date did you say? July what?
15th.
Yeah. See, Comic-Con is until the 20th, so they're going to have to announce before then.
Yeah.
So that so that's why anime is like you're going to Anime Expo.
Yeah, I think the JoJo panel is the only thing that would make sense outside of them just announcing it outside of a con, which is also likely.
Yeah. I mean, they've done it before.
Right.
There have been JoJo panels where they haven't announced shit. So.
Well, anyway, go ahead.
What's up with the JoJo panel? Is that like a Japanese? Does that have anything to do with like the Japanese side of things, or is that just strictly?
I think everybody just fucking loves JoJo.
So there's no chance of like a Part 5 anime being announced there?
No, I don't think so.
I think they have their own separate events for that.
Yeah, they do the announcement in Japan first.
Yeah, I saw it on the list on the schedule for Anime Expo, and it was like the Diamonds Are Forever panel is what it was called.
That's a James Bond movie.
I'm sorry, whatever. Diamonds or whatever. I forget what it is. Diamonds Are Forgettable or something. What is it?
I did notice that
Diamond is unbreakable.
Yeah, okay.
David Production is doing, an OVA of Thus Broke Kishibe Rohan for like the last like Part 4 Blu-ray release. So if they're doing that, it might push back Part 5 a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, everyone seems to agree that Stardust Crusaders is on the horizon because they've literally said as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be, if it's not replacing, this, it's going to be replacing the next thing.
Yeah. It's probably going to replace Titan. And I just want to say, too, that I am really interested and excited to see whatever they're going to reveal on Sunday. Because I think just even if I don't see the trailer, just like, because they're going to give out posters, too, for Fooly Cooly 2 and 3. And it's like, just whatever it looks like is going to be like the make or break out of the gate of it. Because I just have no idea what this is going to look like.
Because if it looks good, everyone and their grandmother is going to want it. Want to see it. If it doesn't, it's screwed.
Yeah, because I have a feeling they can go one of two ways with it. They could try to mimic that Gynax look of the original, or they could just go in a completely different direction. And I just don't know what they're going to do.
Honestly, I'm not sure which one would be best.
Exactly.
Because if they try and mimic it and they screw it up, then series ruined. But if they don't try and mimic it and they screw it up, series ruined.
I think trying to make it look like it was animated in the same style is the safe bet. But again, it is easy to mess up. But I think the riskier bet would be do a whole different thing with it, and then that you really could alienate people. But then it could be good. So regardless, it's just interesting and exciting to me.
Yeah.
And I think Fully Cooley is the type of series where you could go in a completely different direction and it would make complete sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the sort of thing where since everyone's going to be a little older, they could mature the art style a little bit,
And it
and
was known
nobody
for
would
that.
question it.
I
Yeah.
mean, throughout the series, they would mix up the art styles just for on a whim for comedic effect. So who knows?
Yeah. I mean, it's the sort of thing where it's just like they could get away with it if they wanted to. You know, it's just a matter of whatever they do, they have to do it right.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
So there's probably no way that Fooly Cooley 2 and 3 is ready for, like, let's just say in a crazy world where they reran Samurai Jack just to keep that slot there for Fooly Cooley to start
that would be
immediately
fucking-
after.
That's way too soon.
No, that would be absolutely insane.
In their original announcement, they said late 2017 to early 2018. So it's not outside the realm of possibility.
I want to side on the
It's
side
not.
of possibility. I do. And here's why. Because I think they have something animated because they're going to show a
They
trailer
do.
on Sunday.
I think they
how
do.
much is kind of up in the air.
Like, if it comes out and it's like, here is the Toonami promo for this, it's like, oh, it's soon.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically saying how many episodes of Jack are left? 5, 6 at this point.
Well, they just aired 4, so
All right, so about
6.
Yeah, we're not getting one this week.
Yeah,
So
and I think it's with 6 more, it'll probably hit another marathon. Maybe Labor Day. It'll probably hit no, because July and August are 8 weeks. So
July we might get one for July 4th, but it's a Tuesday, so it's one of those.
Well,
maybe,
we already know we have.
Oh,
one
you're right. We're doing that one. That's this week. You're right.
I have no idea which time scale you're in.
Right, you're right. I completely forgot that the 4th is coming up. No, but thinking about it, so Jack ends end of summer. Let's say that. Depending on how far they are along with Fooly Cooley, they could potentially have it for the fall.
I mean, I think the problem is we just have no idea how long or how much they've accomplished. It's been completely in the dark for a long time. Like I don't even remember when they announced it. It's probably been more than a year, right?
Yeah. I think about a year and a half now.
It was last week. It was last year's MomoCon, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So I wouldn't put it outside of the realm of possibility, but I will be a little apprehensive to say that it's a given. I don't think it's hard. Again, it's just hard to say how much they've accomplished.
I think we get a month.
Yeah, I mean, do remember that they are doing 2 seasons, though.
But they don't have to do them all at once.
I know. I'm just saying that maybe they have the first season done already.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
What
and I don't think they're long.
Is air the
I think they're like 12 episodes. Yeah,
and then
altogether.
rerun it, and then air the second season.
No, it's 12. It's 12 episodes per season.
I know.
I thought it was all together for a minute.
Yeah, you thought it was all together. No.
You sure about that? I thought it was 6, like the original series.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were doing. I thought they were doing 6 and 6.
If it's 6 and 6, then that's just not that's less work, and that.
Yes, that raises the chances higher. Yeah.
Then they can definitely have it. It's just a matter of which it is, and I honestly don't. I honestly don't remember.
Could you even pull off a Fooly Cooley that was like 4 times as long as the original show?
I have no idea.
I think not.
Not if you wanted the same level of quality, no.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So thinking about it like that, it almost has to be 6 and 6.
Yep. No, 12 episodes altogether.
Yeah. So that's right.
Split between 2 seasons.
If you imagine like a 6-episode OAV series, and you've been working on it for over a year, that doesn't seem unrealistic to me.
No, I mean that's about a year is about how long it takes them to do, a season for an anime, like a basic 12-episode season.
And we have no idea how far along they were when it was originally announced.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we'll know so much more this Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm also betting it's not going to be tied to any they're not going to have to wait till the new season of anime is starting up in Japan. They're probably going to be like,
no,
we made this, so we'll air it whenever the fuck we want.
But I mean, if it is replacing Jack after its rerun, that's almost perfect timing to line up with the fall season. I mean, maybe, especially if, like, say, we get it a week or two early, like
Well,
with the Space Dandy situation.
it's not really because summer starts next week, and that's 12 episodes. That's 12 weeks. So
Oh, damn, you're right.
that would be like in the middle of summer.
It'd be at just the
Unless
end of
it's like,
summer.
well, it's 6 episodes anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
they
this
could
is-
just as. Go ahead.
This is a Toonami produced thing. So again, I think that could barely factor into it, like when it airs in Japan, because I feel like this, again, like Space Dandy was made for US. So
Yeah, they're just gonna, like, I mean, with Space Dandy, they were already doing it, and then Toonami came in and said, "Hey, can we get on this? Maybe make it a little longer." This was DeMarco flew to Japan to get the deal done, so I think you're right that it's not necessarily going to stick with, the traditional Japanese anime seasons.
Exciting times.
Yeah, no, this next week is going to be crazy.
Anyway, want to talk about the block?
Yeah, okay.
No.
you always, by the way, I just want to mention, you always, for at least for like the last 3 or 4 episodes, you always ask us if we want to talk about the next show. But we're going to talk about the next show. You don't have to ask us.
Well, it's quite humorous.
We have skipped over Naruto a few times.
Especially when it's like, want to talk about Tokyo Ghoul?
No.
Cricket.
Unfortunately, we have to talk about Tokyo Ghoul this week.
No, I mean, we can't. Like, I've thought about where they went wrong with that episode. I got,
You got things to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Dragon Ball Super.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Super episode 23, Earth, Gohan, both on the ropes. Hurry and get here, Goku, is the title to an episode.
That's a hell of a title.
Yeah. In this episode, Gohan goes Super Saiyan just so Goku can come and save the day, and Gohan continues to be irrelevant.
That dude needs to learn to just stay in shape, Like don't stop training, because every time he stops training, everything turns to shit, and then he's got to start all over again. And then,
He's got a kid to take care of, man.
Well, I mean, this time, yeah, but the last time he just got lazy.
Look, Piccolo can raise the kid.
This is true. I mean, he's got experience.
Grandpa Piccolo will take care of it.
Yeah. He's got Green Dad. Green Dad can babysit.
Well, if you'd told me Gohan was in this episode, I would almost question it, judging by the art style, because that character did not look like Gohan.
No, I mean, this is sort of like when we said they basically decided, we'll just, like, they decided they're going to do Super, and then they're like, we'll do it in like 3 weeks. And like, shit, we don't have enough time to do the episodes right.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically the first, 2 seasons of Super is, hell, we got to, throw some shit together. Because the new stuff looks absolutely fantastic. Like, it's night and day in comparison.
Yeah. Well, it was just bad. I'm just pointing out like that.
Yeah, no.
Gohan, there are several characters in that episode that looked kind of off model, but Gohan especially did not even look like himself. He looked like a completely different character. And I don't mean just because of the fact that he isn't buff, but I mean like his face wasn't even drawn like Gohan face. It was weird.
Yeah, no, I mean the whole, like, he just looked weird.
Yeah.
In terms of the art and animation, I've heard plenty of people say that this is the lowest point in the series.
Yeah, the Frieza arc is basically where it gets really low, and it starts getting better after that.
So, I'm kind of liking Jocko. he's kind of a nice
asshole.
He's a jerk, but he's funny.
Yeah, he's a little shit.
He is, and I loved his comment about wondering. He kind of openly wonders aloud what Bulma and Vegeta's pillow talk is like.
Nobody wants to know what that's like.
I'd be curious. It's gotta be weird.
That's why no one really wants to know.
He's such a weird character, but then at the same time, like I said last week, like I think Dragon Ball is best when it's funny.
Weird, yeah.
And he's adding some humor, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do agree that the series is probably at its best when it's funny.
So this arc decides to bring back Ginyu, changing this from the movie, and then Ginyu does nothing and gets exploded.
Is he dead now?
Yeah, no, he's dead now.
Okay.
Like Vegeta straight up murked him, so he's gone.
Like,
I mean, I do like the change though.
Yeah, I thought it. I mean, this movie wasn't my favorite of the revival movies, but the arc is more fun, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
just bringing back Ginyu and having him do his wacky dance and having Vegeta just kill him off right in the next episode, like, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'd take that over just a padding episode of them just grunting and powering up.
right.
or they could have fought Tagoma.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tagama's boring.
Exactly.
He was going around like, oh, I'm such a badass now. We're gonna be dark and serious, and that's no fun. They brought back Ginyu, and he's got great poses, and he's a heel, and he's fantastic, and I like the fact he came back.
And I've always liked how weirdly affectionate Frieza was towards the Ginyu Force.
Seriously. Normally you'd think that he'd get pissed off with their posing and their ridiculousness at some point and just blow them all away. But no, he puts up with it for whatever the hell reason. Like
He likes
it's
it.
everyone. Yeah, I mean it's everyone else that he doesn't give a shit about. It's like, the Ginyu's die, it pisses him off.
That's what makes Frieza a better villain than I was remembering him to be, is that he does kind of from time to he isn't a serious bad guy. He kind of sometimes likes to see people like he likes to be entertained. And so he's not just like, Ginyu, shut up. This is a serious, he's not doing that. He's like, just let Ginyu do his thing. Why not? It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Ginyu can get the job done, what does he care? It's
he actually
amusing.
wants to see Ginyu beat them down because it makes him chuckle.
Yeah. I mean, it just sort of reminds me of that one scene from Abridged when he finds out, the Ginyu is dead. He's like, let's send their family some space wine or a space fruit basket, or like he's actually like, yes, we should probably do something nice for them. Everyone else he doesn't give a shit about.
Also, we should probably talk about how this is like the last arc we're ever going to hear Chris Ayers as Frieza.
Oh man,
damn, you're right. Did it go sideways? Is he still okay?
I mean,
he wasn't doing well.
I think it's serious enough that even if he recovers, there's no way he's going to be able to come back and voice act anytime soon.
Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate.
Because he's an absolutely fantastic Frieza. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's completely elevating this arc for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean...
Despite the wonky animation and whatever, I still am enjoying it, and a lot of it's down to him as Frieza.
Yeah, I mean, he does a really great job. I think he's better than whoever they have doing Frieza in Japan. If only because, the dialogue and his delivery is so much better, I think. I don't know about the Japanese delivery, but, the English dialogue is so good, and he does such a great job with it.
So, this is probably a bit spoilers, but we have, I want to talk about it because it's going to be rather disappointing, but Frieza comes back again later on in Super during the stuff that's currently airing. And I've just seen screen caps, but oh my god. The fact that good. Chris Ayers won't be doing these scenes is a trap.
I know. Oh man, there was one in the episode last week where I'm like, oh hell.
Well, I think maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusions.
I do hope he gets better and he can come back and at least do Freeze, because that's like a year or two off, Yeah.
There's also the Dragon Ball Fighters game, and Frieza's in that, and I'm kind of hoping that they'll dub that game, and then we'd want him for that as well.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should get that game because I don't really care enough about Dragon Ball.
I don't know. Like, I sort of joined up with the online movement thing to get it ported to the Switch. But, like, I'll still buy it for whatever because it looks friggin' awesome.
But if that same developer was like make this but it's One Piece, or make this but it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
then everyone would be happy.
Yeah.
Arc System Works is who makes it, and the engine that they created for Guilty Gear Xrd, it's the same engine that they're using for this Dragon Ball Fighters, and it's
a fantastic looking engine.
Oh my god, it's so perfectly suited for converting anime properties to a fighting game.
Seriously.
Like, if I suddenly had $1 billion overnight, I would just straight up commission them to do one of those two games.
Exactly. Well, I don't think a One Piece fighting game based in the same model as Dragon Ball. I don't think that's unlikely. I think that's a real possibility, especially if Dragon Ball Fighters is as big a hit as everyone's expecting it'll be. So.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, JoJo's pretty popular in Japan too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they got commissioned to do both of those things by Jump at some point. If so only
who is the driving force behind this game? Like, who came to Arc System Works and was like, "Do this game"?
It must have been
Bandai, I believe.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Wait, who?
Bandai Namco.
You're right, because they own the video game license.
Who owns the video game license to like? Okay, I'm pretty sure they also own like One Piece.
Yeah, so
because they put out Bandai Namco is the one they put out the Warriors games, like the Dynasty Warriors games, and Pirate Warriors is that.
Yeah, so we might get that soon too, especially if it does well. But I mean, how is it not going to do well? It was basically the game of the show at E3.
Well, don't go that far. It was a very popular game at E3. There were many people who liked other games at E3, but it was really well received.
There were people who liked other games at E3, but I did not see nearly as much hype for them as I did for, Warriors.
It was definitely a surprise, I think.
Yeah.
For me, it was
nobody expected it to look as good as it did.
And nobody knew it was coming. It was just out of nowhere. Boom. Here's this awesome thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to check really quick to try to figure out who has the license.
The JoJo? Oh, I don't know JoJo.
Bandai Namco also has JoJo.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I just confirmed that Bandai Namco has also produced games for both One Piece and Dragon Ball. They do Xenoverse. So,
yeah. I mean,
there you go.
Okay, both these games have like, geez,
there's a lot
Arc System Works JoJo game.
I mean, if they do it in the same way that they do the Dragon Ball Z one, Luffy's going to have like 5 different forms.
Well, I guess that's not spoilers anymore because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever.
We mean forms like gears?
Well, no, I mean like how they do it for how they're doing it for Dragon Ball. It's they got Super Saiyan Goku, and that's it. Like there's no going through the various stages. It's just the fighters are static.
So they have like Goku, Super Saiyan Goku.
I think it's just Super Saiyan Goku, and then Super Saiyan Vegeta, and then Kid Gohan Super Saiyan.
Because usually what Dragon Ball games with a big cast do is like, here's 6 different Gokus.
Yeah.
That play exactly the same, but just have slightly different stats and maybe one different super.
Right. I mean, I remember the PS2 one. How they did it was you'd have Goku and then you'd go through the different forms, as you built up your meters or whatever. You'd use it to transform.
Well, there is a move in Dragon Ball Fighters where Goku does go Super Saiyan 3, but it's just a move.
Yeah, it's just a special, and it looks awesome.
I hope instead of that, they just actually get some like uncommon characters in there.
I mean, from what I've heard, they are going to diversify, like what they put in there.
Yeah. Trunks has been confirmed. He's coming.
Of course
Future Trunks, I mean.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I would be surprised. I mean, great thing about fighting games, it's always possible to add more characters later, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's DLC in it. It wouldn't take them a whole lot of effort.
Yep. They did that again. They did that. They added characters to Guilty Gear, so we know it can happen.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking they'll probably add like DeBur or something.
They'll probably add. At least one character will probably be like ripped straight from the current show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're absolutely gonna rip a couple of characters out of there.
Especially, you know exactly what I'm talking about here.
I know exactly the one you're talking about here.
Either way, want to talk about Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, episode 122, Countdown to Revival, Crush Babidi's ambitions. They don't. They fail.
Yeah, because Goku and Vegeta are just too goddamn strong.
Also, we got the best line of the episode, which was our best friend, the Supreme Kai, who says, and I quote, "How could I have failed so completely?" End quote.
At least he admits it.
Yeah. And I'm like, here's how you failed so completely. You exist. You're terrible.
Yeah, he never should have let them drain Gohan all the way down. I mean, that filled up like just over half the meter. It's like, come on, dude.
Okay, here's my big amazing plan. Let's in one fell swoop let them finish half of their plan.
Yeah.
that is my amazing counter plan.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think he thought Gohan was that strong, but there you go.
Step 2 is question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 3 is profit, question mark.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, dear God. And Goku and Vegeta were fighting for 5 minutes?
Well, let's talk a little bit about that fight, because there's some funny things in that fight, or interesting things.
Yeah.
Vegeta out of nowhere introduces a brand new move by which he can laser blast with his fingers handcuffs onto Goku out of nowhere. Yeah. Like, we've never seen that before.
No, he's never done that. And then Goku used them to take boulders and smash them into Vegeta's face.
Right. But before that, we get this really awesome moment where Vegeta walks up real close and just slaps him right in the face.
Yeah, I always did love heel Vegeta. Heel Vegeta is best Vegeta. Him as a good guy is always sort of, but him as a bad guy, that's my shit.
Yeah.
So otherwise, outside of those moves, the rest of the fight was, hey, every single Dragon Ball Z fight?
We're going to do that.
There it is.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the flaw of a Dragon Ball Z fighting game, because it's like, well, every character has the same moves.
Yeah. Well, honestly, for this one, I sort of wish they had gone back and just, emulated the original Goku versus Vegeta fight. I think that would have been cool. Give us that big beam spam and, the little moments and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but at this point, Toriyama just kind of doesn't care.
Yeah, basically.
I actually remember this being a pretty cool fight, especially I think it's one of the best animated episodes. I don't think it was this one, but one of the upcoming episodes with this fight, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean this one.
It is a Dragon Ball fight, so
yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, everybody kept saying, "Oh, this is a really, really cool fight, and this is a really well animated fight." I was watching the animation on this one particularly because people were saying that, and I thought, it's okay. It didn't look really great to me, but
this isn't the one.
Yeah, maybe not, and that might explain it. And also just they're doing the normal stuff, a million punches a second and flying around, but they were doing a few other things, like knocking each other kind of, the whole weird handcuff thing. I mean, there was a couple of things, but on the whole, it was, pretty by the numbers, I thought. It was okay, though.
Outside of those moments, it's like, hey, what other moments can you remember from this fight?
Nothing.
Right.
But I guess what I'm getting at is I think people like this fight more for what it is and not so much how it's done. People aren't into what happens in the fight, I think, as much as they are just wanting to see these two characters go full on.
Because I mean, this matchup is pretty much rematch has been hyped since Vegeta was introduced.
Yeah.
And damn, Vegeta has waited long enough.
Seriously.
Which is exactly why he turned evil.
Yeah, I mean, they should have just gotten that out of the way.
Like, let's just go to the moon and
punch each other in the face for a couple of hours, and then we'll come back. Or like go inside the time chamber or something.
They could do the audience a favor and just have the fight over in a minute by going into the time chamber and fighting for 3 months.
Seriously. like Gohan and Supreme Kai would just be standing there, and they'd walk in and they'd walk out all with the shit beat out of them.
Who won? Take a guess.
Does it matter?
We didn't actually fight. We just fucked the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I actually made the suggestion in the super thread for maybe Videl can go in the time chamber at some point and train and become cool again. It's like she wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, Gohan can go in with her, and the response was basically they'd come out with a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, what is she gonna do? Like, she walks. Nobody but Saiyans can use the time chamber because it's like automatically it's like 50 times Earth gravity.
No, it was only like 10.
Okay.
Okay, 10. Yeah, sure, only 10.
Yeah, well, I mean, Piccolo went in.
I don't want to think about it because the truth is that I would want that more than any. I do want Videl to go into the time chamber and come out a badass. It's like, unfortunately, never going to happen.
I mean, it'd be cool if she came out like at least Krillin level or something.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Videl a Saiyan?
I don't know.
Because that'd be too awesome.
Why does she have to be a Saiyan? It's like Toriyama, dude. Write an awesome human female fighter. It's not impossible.
For him,
it doesn't. I don't know. Just give
once you introduced all this Saiyan stuff, it's like, well,
I don't know. I would do anything. Like have Whis shoot a beam at her and give her Saiyan strength. I mean, whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan episode 34, opening. Yes, I guess, the show does have an opening. In this episode, they talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we learned that Rainer is apparently Looney Tunes.
Oh, he gone crazy.
Yeah, he's straight up like, hey guys, we're all friends, right? Hey, we're just doing some scout stuff. How's it going? Man, I hope I get a promotion.
Yes, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, it was. I did not expect that, and also, I think folks were saying, "Oh, this is going to be a really bad Aaron episode because lots of yelling stuff." I actually didn't think it was that bad. I thought
well, he was quiet most of the time.
Yeah, he was more inner monologue, and so it wasn't so bad that he does flip towards the end, but it's not done terribly. I think when he was in that Titan form and he was talking like Batman was way worse. A few episodes
the normal Aaron yelling is fine. It's just the weird direction they took the Titan form is the main problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I liked about this episode, another thing that kind of surprised me, is that this episode has totally won me over with Ymir. I think she's awesome.
Yeah.
I think she's my favorite character in the series right now.
I agree. And it's like, and I think I was trying to think, well, what is it? What has made her like me so much suddenly? And I think it's because she not only seems to be the most level-headed character at the moment, she also is willing to ask the questions that we want answered, like, where the hell are you from? How are there Titans? Like, asking the real questions.
Yeah, like she's using her brain there.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, I've been captured. I can't do anything about it. Let's try and get some information.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, you two, you caused this haul to happen. You were told to do this. You can turn into Titans, and apparently you've known about this forever. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why this is possible? Like, that's what I want to hear these characters say. I mean, Granted, they won't explain it, but at least she's asking the questions.
I mean, I understand why Aaron doesn't ask them, because he's like, y'all
stupid.
Kill my mom.
Yeah, he's got an emotional reason, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's also stupid, but
He's also I would stupid. He's not stupid. He's just like he just only he only thinks with. Yeah, he's just I don't know. I think he's just more like he can't not think without like he just reacts. He doesn't think. He just reacts.
Yeah.
He's just sort of emotionally driven.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a pretty good episode. Again, you're right. Nothing really exciting happened in the episode, but it was a pretty good drama, sort of tension episode.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, everyone else is now on horses.
Yep.
More horses.
Oh yeah, and then Mikasa's doing everything she can to like not go into death mode. Like even I don't know what the guy's name is. We talked about him last week. He's like, "Hey, you need to chill out, Mikasa. We're on the way there."
Got this.
She's like just ready to kill people.
Know what I'm ready to kill people after?
Yes.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul. Let's talk about Tokyo Ghoul.
Can we not?
No.
Okay.
Tokyo Ghoul, episode 12, Ghoul. Okay.
Is that what it's called, really?
Yeah.
Are they fucking serious with that?
I mean, I understand why.
Just shoot me.
Also, fuck you. In this episode, fuck it.
Who cares?
Oh my.
No. Okay.
This is definitely in the top 5 of worst Toonami episodes of anything. Yeah. Period.
I mean, the thing is, I know what they were going for. They just botched it so completely and so utterly that it's not even funny. Like when you have, when a character has a major sort of like transformation, like the best example I can think is sort of in Black Lagoon, Revy has, like in Calm Down 2 Men, Revy goes, there's like Revy before that episode and Revy after that episode. Like it acts as a demarcation point for the character changes that have gone on, for her and all that stuff, right? And that's basically what this is supposed to be for Tokyo Ghoul, I think. Only they decided to do it entirely with torture porn.
Oh yeah, I mean, like it's gratuitous is the word I would use to describe this episode. Like unnecessarily gratuitous.
Yeah, that's basically the problem with it. Is they looked at it like, oh, how do we get the change in the character that we want? Oh, well, we can have him talk to someone. No, let's have him be tortured for
Well, he does talk
minutes.
to someone, but it all happens in his head, and it's what's
well, I mean, he's being tortured as it's going on,
right. But here's the thing: they introduce in this episode this whole backstory with his mom out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That might have been in the manga. I don't know. We know already that this show has been cutting things, but it felt so forced. It's like I don't know. It's just, they introduced this like, oh, this is the problem with your character. What is his name? I want to say Kenichi. What is it?
Who cares?
Kaneki.
There we go.
Kaneki. They like, oh, this is the problem with your character, Kaneki. You won't act. You just sit back and other people act. You won't. You need to act. And,
well, we've been complaining about that for a while now.
It's true. Yeah, he is a non-character, but I guess this is the moment he's supposed to become a character. Is that he's like, oh, now but he becomes like super mega hot topic guy, basically. And
he's even got the black fingernails
and the eyeliner. But the thing is that like,
where did he get eyeliner?
His hair turns white. I mean, it's just magic. But here's the problem: is that like they introduced this whole like thing. Like his character arc is like literally 10 minutes long.
It's non-existent.
No, it exists. It exists for 10 minutes in this series. Like it happened in this episode. That is his entire character arc happened in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, like what I was thinking the entire time I'm watching this episode was you could have done this through like 7 different ways, none of which needed to involve torture porn at all. Like they could have taken like 2 or 3 episodes where he sees, oh my, like the first arc could have been, oh, my inaction causes people to get hurt, so I'll be a little bit better. Second could be, oh, I'm not willing to hurt people enough, and my friends get hurt, so I'll fight. Like they could have done this slowly and had a big moment where he does the change and all that shit. But no, they're like, we're going to do it in torture porn. We're going to do it in 10 minutes.
I feel like they might have tried to do it, but it just didn't translate. Like, I guess there were scenes where it was just him reacting to things, and we were supposed to think he was thinking about reacting, but it just always came off like he was just a non-entity.
Well, I mean, that's sort of the problem. Like, at some point they should have shown him, not reacting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Acting. Yeah. Like at some point, they should have built up to it.
He just brooded most of the time is what happened. And then, so I'd be curious to hear. I want to hear someone else's opinion on this. So one of you other guys, what do you think about this?
I actually think most of the stuff in this episode could have worked if it was actually properly built up and you actually cared about any of these characters. I mean, like you said, Kaneki barely had any character development whatsoever. And this episode was supposed to be like some big breakdown of his character, but there was nothing to it.
His character doesn't exist, so how are you supposed to break it down to build him back up?
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, I think even if it had been built up too properly, the torture porn aspect of it would have completely killed it anyway.
It's too much.
I think it could work. I mean, it's torture porn.
But they'd have to tone it down a bit, is what I'm saying. Like, they went too far.
Went a bit hammy on it.
Like, that psychologically.
Jason's stupid reactions, and like they went pretty hard on it.
You can't just have him be like, "I'm cutting off your fingers" over and over and over again.
And then, I mean, and let's talk about, like, okay, so then we were introduced like an episode ago to these two characters who come in, and they're the ones with the feet washers or whatever, the people who deliver the food, and we were talking about, like, who are these people? Why aren't they rescuing him? Well, they come back in this episode, and they just get killed.
I assume there's a whole side plot with those characters that was just cut.
It feels that way for sure.
No, but apparently there was.
Okay, I believe you. I'm just saying the problem is that it doesn't work because they just basically are people to just, again, it just comes off being like, haha, showy. It's like, look, we can kill these people too and make you even more depressed. Ha ha ha. And they just kill them. And then it's like not done in like a way that makes you feel sorry for them. They just like, it was like, I don't know. It's like,
I didn't feel sorry.
I can't put into words how much this was unsettling to watch. It was. Yeah. I'm surprised it was nasty.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about like how bad SAO got with the weird rapey stuff, but I think this sort of eclipsed it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The weird. That was brief in SAO and like.
Yeah, that was like a 5-minute thing.
It kind of made me laugh almost at how like over the top it was. This was just like, I can only watch so many scenes of Kaneki screaming as his toes get cut off for the 5th time, and it's like,
and the blood and it was just too gratuitous. There needed to be an element of humor in there or something to lighten it up a little bit. Show him without an arm or something.
It felt kind of like art student, film student-esque, where it's like, oh, we're going to keep cutting back into his mind, and he's in this giant white open space, and he's talking to Rise, and it's like, it felt like just not clever.
Why is he talking to this other ghoul?
I mean, the thing is, tonally, it just frankly doesn't work, and I don't think it would have worked in the manga either. It's just this weird thing where they were trying to strike this balance between the physical torture and sort of the psychological changes. Yeah. And it didn't work at all because the physical torture really had almost nothing to do with the changes his character was undergoing.
And I think it was made worse by the fact that there was no motivation for the torture. It's just there's a crazy guy and he likes torturing people, so that's why he's being tortured. Right. Like, it wasn't like Kaneki had to hold back any like important information or anything like that. At least that I could tell.
Or like, for me, I think it could have worked better. Like, you remember that scene from Yu Yu Hakusho when he's fighting, where Yusuke's fighting the Saint Beast guy, and he's got to watch Keiko and Botan get chased around by zombies and almost killed. And then he has that sort of realization, like, oh, I never put 100% of into anything, and so I always screw up because of that. Well, screw that. I'm gonna put up everything I've got into this next one. I'm gonna kill you dead. Like, I think that's the sort of thing that Kaneki needed here was, something to show him that, just pound into him, you need to take action, you need to take action, you need to take action. And we got that for all of like 30 seconds, but that should have been the torture needed to be mental, not physical. Is, I think, the major problem with the episode.
Also, where the fuck is literally everybody else?
That's the thing that I kind of love about this episode, that they just completely forget about the whole plot that's going on. And this is how the series ends. Like, this is the end of season 1.
Seriously, weren't there just a bunch of people rushing in to save him?
Like, he's just getting his fingers cut off, and smash cut to everyone outside is like, okay, we're actors and we're on our lunch break.
Like, if somebody decided to do an abridged version of this show, that's exactly the joke they should use there.
Well, have you seen the Tokyo Ghoul in 5 minutes video?
Oh, no, I haven't.
You have to. It spoils the second half of the series, but who gives a fuck?
Oh, do I care? Apparently it's worse than this, which is truly frightening to me.
That's truly horrifying.
Like, how can you be worse than this? I mean, worse than this is basically like GPX tier.
Yeah, apparently it's completely non-canon, and it's even worse looking. They cheaped out on the animation, which was kind of the one thing the show had going for it.
Oh,
I kind of tuned out at the very end of the episode, just kind of marveling at the responses in the thread. But was there an omake on this episode?
I don't think so.
There should have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Should have been the omake, like torture. Then, all right, everyone, cut. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, oh man, I screamed my lungs out. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So
anyway.
I guess when we come back next week, unfortunately for more Tokyo Ghoul, it's going to be, now we're going to have white hair Kaneki going forward, I guess, and he's going to be all broody and moody all the time.
Black nails. He's full Hot Topic now.
Yeah, we're going to have Hot Topic.
Well, at least he should actually have some character to him this time.
Good point.
I don't think it's going to be not much of a change.
Straight up. It just may not be a change for the better. It's just a change.
No, I mean, it'll be. I have a feeling it's going to be like a change, but it's not going to be a big change.
I think he's going to be completely different. I think he's going to be moping around, and and what's her face? The girl is going to be like trying to have conversations with him, and he's going to be like brooding in the corner.
And she's going to get hot for him.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you're brooding and ignoring me now. I've never been so turned on in my life.
He does feel like, at the end of this episode, he does feel like he was created by a computer to be attractive to certain demographics of girls who would find that kind of character really attractive. Because just his appearance, he's just like, oh.
I mean,
he's got the Sasuke kind of thing going on now.
Came out of the same supercomputer that the entirety of a Kamiga Kill came out of.
Well, I mean, he's got the white hair
right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the white hair, he's got the eyeliner, he's got the black. Where did he get the time to do black nail polish? That's magic, what I want to know.
It's magic, but it's like weird. It's like vampire magic, where like for some reason, if you cut a vampire's hair, their hair grows luxuriously long again.
Well, no, I mean, like the white hair thing, you can explain that with, he saw some shit, Yeah. Like, you can explain that with trauma. Like, that happened to my great-granddad. Like, he went to World War I. He came back, his hair was white. He saw some shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, the eyeliner and the black fingernail polish. Like, where the hell did that come from?
Crawling in my skin.
All right, for the record, and to put all my cards on the table, I will say, I will give this episode a prop. I can't believe I'm doing this, but like I did think
here is a traffic cone. Here is your prop. Put it on a road on a scene somewhere.
The animation in the final 10 seconds of the episode was
good.
It did look good, and the other thing is that the only creative thing that came out of this episode for me was the fact that the opening sequence for the show was all a kind of prelude to this moment, because it's that same shot where he's sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's kind of clever. So I'll give him that. But whatever. The rest of it's
like I saw the reaction to the thread. I'm like, dear God, if this is how bad it is now, and this is worse than SAO, what the hell is it going to do to us in the next couple of weeks?
You know, I've kind of come to the conclusion that, like, eventually, like, there's a tier of bad, like, outright bad new Toonami shows, but I think SAO is the best of those bad shows.
SAO was a
any other
delight.
show you would just call straight up bad.
SAO was a delight compared to this.
Well, like, I'd put GPX below SAO, but that's about it.
Akame Kill.
Tie.
Dimension W.
I think tie there
is pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
Gundam Unicorn.
Dimension W is forgettable. Gundam Unicorn was beautiful. Like, so that automatically just goes above.
Yes, the pretty lights put me to sleep.
But yeah, this if you ask me right now, which of the two shows between Akame Kill and the Tokyo Ghoul that I've liked more, I would probably give it to Akame Kill, if only because there were one or two characters in that show that were kind of entertaining.
I didn't hate Leone.
Bowles was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Leone as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and it kind of, I think it was unaware of its crappiness, if that makes sense. Yeah. Whereas Tokyo Ghoul is like wearing on its sleeve the fact that it's edgy. And it's trying to be. You know.
The issue with Tokyo Ghoul is that the edge isn't entertaining. Like, it's boring in the same way that Gundam Unicorn was boring.
I guess.
You know, in that we don't really care about any of it.
Like, I laughed at the old white-haired guy, but not because the show wanted me to laugh at him.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, want to talk about Hunter x Hunter?
Yes, please.
Hunter x Hunter, episode 56, Beloved and Beloggered. In this episode, Togashi realizes, fuck, I forgot to kill off guy who controls dogs. I should do that.
Yeah, like, I feel like he almost made it out the damn arc with his life.
And then he literally said to himself, this is my last day before retirement.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
And then Nobunaga was like, my somebody said last day before retirement sentence was thinking, let's go kill that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
If he had just left those eyeballs there, he would have made it out. You know, like,
such bad luck.
Like, he literally was leaving, and then he had a thought, oh, I should take the eyeballs with me. Like, if he had decided, no, fuck that shit. Yeah, like, if he had decided, no, fuck that, I'm not dealing with that shit, he would have made it out. Like, if he had just decided, fuck it, this ain't worth the trouble, I'm not carrying them creepy-ass eyeballs, he'd have been fine.
Wasn't he like, I need to sell these so I can have a good life with my girlfriend?
No, he was going to give them to the, whatever, and then get paid for it. Yeah,
he was going to complete his mission, but like you said, this was going to be his final mission. This was going to be his last day before retirement.
And also, it's the 1-2 whammy of last day before retirement and, man, I can't wait for my future life with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they went through a lot.
Which is almost as bad as him looking at a family photo.
Yeah, there was a lot of setup suddenly out of nowhere for this guy.
Like flags were just dropping left and right.
My favorite thing about this episode is that guy who can control dogs. His big move is like the only move we ever see him use is that he uses his dogs to deliver room service.
Those dogs. Well, I mean,
he was merely a guy who controls dogs.
I gotta respect him for not using the dogs against the Phantom Troop, though. Like, he just let them go.
He let them go. That was cool. But I mean, like, I just wanted to see him use his power in an effective way, and he never did. He was literally the weakest end user ever.
And you see how he opened that door?
He opened a door and he brought a cart. Like, the dog walked a cart into the room.
If he could control that dog from the Zoldyck mansion, then we'd be in business.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that'll never happen.
I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, he almost made it out. Like, that's just pain. That's got to be painful for him. Like, he almost made it out the damn arc.
I mean, he doesn't feel pain anymore. Also, the world knows pain.
Oh,
we'll get to pain.
We'll get there.
Also, in this episode, Kurapika's kind of going crazy, and so Gon and Killua get captured again because he's a dumbass.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I do like that they sort of make Kurapika's impulsiveness and anger and all that stuff into negatives for him. Because, I mean, in something like Naruto or whatever, it'd be like, oh, this actually wound up working out for you. Okay. You know, like Naruto's impulsiveness more often than not winds up working to his advantage. Whereas with Kurapika, he almost dies every time he gets impulsive.
It's because in general, the characters in Hunter x Hunter and the story in Hunter x Hunter is just better written. Like the characters have actual flaws that are displayed in a way that doesn't make you hate the character. It just makes them better characters.
Right, and it also makes those flaws into flaws.
Yeah, it makes the characters in the story more interesting because they have flaws.
Right, and those flaws are actually flaws for once. You know, they're not like, oh, Naruto's stupid and impulsive, but
and like we've said,
stupidity.
And like we've said, like the Phantom Troop, like they're not just generic bad guys. They actually, some of them seem like they could be nice. It's weird, and that makes them more interesting because of it.
Yeah, I will say that Kurapika's absolutely screwed now because now they know what he looks like.
Do they?
Yeah. So Pakanoda took out guy who controls dogs' memories, and then shot them into other people.
Yes, that's right. She uses a new move called Memory Bomb, where she uses a magic bullet, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, she like makes those memories into like a Nen bullet and shoots into people's brains, so she can transfer a lot of information very quickly and very accurately.
So they do know now. At least two of them know what he looks like.
I mean, they were right to want to go and we got to get rid of the memory person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's basically the biggest threat to them. Because, I mean, damn, that's a good power. You know, like, imagine you have that power. You could be like the world's greatest spy.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Also, in this episode, Crollo's just walking in his normal clothes, and it's like, hello, everyone in the city. I am the leader of the Phantom Group.
Yeah, he looks like he fell into a Hot Topic by accident.
Only here it works.
And no one, gives him a second look.
Yeah, I kind of can't tell with the Hunter x Hunter world what is considered normal.
Well, I mean,
this is fictional New York we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys walking around in weirder shit all the time over here. So
I think everyone just sees someone dressed weirdly and is like, Hunter.
Yeah, or
main character.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, no, there was a shot in this episode where the Phantom Troop were jumping off of buildings, and there were people on the ground, like I guess ordinary citizens, and they're like pointing up at them, like, "What's that all about? That's some weird magic trick or something like that." Like they didn't know what Nen is, and I have the impression that most people don't know.
No, they don't.
And so, but yet they must see lots of hunters running around, and they all look bizarre. So I can't tell if Crollo being on a bus is really all that unusual.
Well, I mean, everybody knows about the Hunter organization. They all know that the organization exists, but very few people actually know about Nen itself.
Like the magic powers.
Yeah, well, and that's partly because if you can use Nen, you don't exactly tell everybody you can use it or what your powers are, because that's how you get killed.
Okay, so that kind of answers my question then. So it would not be inconceivable that on an average day in York New City, you might see a crazy-looking hunter sitting on a bus. It's possible.
I mean, you might just see a crazy-looking person sitting on the bus. I mean, it's...
Now I'm just thinking of Crollo Lucifer just sitting on the bus.
Well, I mean, it's like fictional New York. I'm sure guys like him run around all the time over there. I mean, we had a guy in a romper running around the Upper East Side the other day.
But it wasn't just him. It was him and his lackeys, which are all equally weird.
Well, Machi's outside of the pink hair. It's like, hey, it's Machi. And then
Machi.
Why are you carrying a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or well, then there's like the guy who looks like Cousin It from Addams Family. I mean,
I fucking love that guy.
Hey, there was a Comic-Con in town, so it wasn't weird.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the actual excuse. Everyone just like, oh man, that cosplay convention.
Yep.
So everybody's going to go to Con Comic in York New 2017.
Yeah.
York New Comic Con. You know, 3/4 of the attendees die every year, but you know, and it's always these same people.
They're all looking for that video game.
They are actually looking for a video game.
Yes.
Well, at least Gone and Killua are.
Also, there's only like 5 episodes or whatever left in this arc.
Yeah, about.
Really? Oh, in this arc? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're just about done with this arc, and then the next arc should be done by the new year.
That's pretty long.
Not really.
Oh my
Feels
god.
like it.
Okay, I lied. There's only 2 episodes left in this arc.
Wow.
You're not counting the little bit of transfer in between the 2 arcs, right?
I mean, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and it's like episode 50. We just watched episode 56, and then episode 57 and 58, and then literally Greed Island, episode 59.
Oh, there we go.
And then Greed Island is only 17 episodes.
Oh, that's not so bad. Okay.
And then
No,
Chimera and then here's Chimera Ants. It's 61 episodes.
Well, I mean, it's a long arc. It has a lot of different parts to it.
It's like a full third of the entire show. Anyway, want to talk about Lupin?
Yes.
Lupin the Third, Part 4, Episode 2, The Fake Fantasista. In this episode, it stars Cristiano Ronaldo.
Except he's blind and drunk.
It stars that statue of Cristiano Ronaldo.
I was gonna say drunk. What's his name? Shit, I forgot. Fuck, it'll come to me.
So, let's talk about these accents.
They're not good.
No.
I have no idea what they were going with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, it's funny. It's like, I think if this show was made in 1978 or 1983,
It would be like a goat.
Yeah, it'd have been like, oh, yeah, that's kind of par for the course. But now it just feels like, ooh, I don't know.
Like, it's fine to make the show look like it's old, but don't make it sound like it's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe they were trying to save a bit of money with, the voices in this episode.
What?
Who knows? They got cheap people.
No, it's not. That's not voice acting problems. That's like direction. That's like someone said, "Hey, make this guy sound like an effeminate person and make this guy sound like a stereotype."
But if you're going to do those voices, you don't even bother getting anyone important.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I guess.
It's like, okay, J. Michael, thank you for coming in, J. Michael Tatum. Do this stupid shit.
I guess I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume in the original Japanese version they had weird voices.
It was like this, yeah.
Possibly, yeah. But no, I mean, aside from that aspect, which was kind of like the big news out of the episode when I was reading the thread, I mean, overall, it was kind of an okay episode. I mean, I did like the twist at the end. Yeah. I did not see that coming. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. But on the whole, it just kind of felt like just an okay episode.
Yeah,
I'm betting this show is going to kind of be this.
I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe it could get better than this.
I hope the episodes coming up are a bit more exciting than this one was.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the first, 5 aren't like this one and the next 3 aren't as good as everything after.
Yeah, I've heard as well from people that said that it gets better towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's interesting that we saw James Bond. I think that was James Bond.
We're going to have Lupin. I mean, Lupin went up against Detective Conan, so now he's got to go up against James Bond.
I guess.
The one accent I did like in this episode was that one guy who was like plucked straight out of the Troubles.
I love that guy.
And they teased me. They teased me with some Rebecca, but she was only on the TV screen for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I got excited. I'm like, all right, oh.
Is she gonna be a recurring character in this season?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is.
Somebody, B-Dubs, I think, said last episode that she comes back a couple of times. Yeah,
she'll be on a screen at least once an episode.
Well, no, I think I'm hoping he meant more than that.
No. I mean, when I was looking at the thing, she has a couple of episodes dedicated to her from the look of it.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not really expecting amazing things from this show. It's just kind of something. Well, it's just like
as long as it's
half
fun.
of the block goes down easier now.
Yeah, I mean the quality is there. Like this show has got quality in it. There's no doubt.
Like as long as it's fun, I don't care. That's all I want from a Lupin episode.
Yeah, it's just an easy, digestible show to watch that late at night.
Yeah,
definitely a lot better than Unicorn.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it puts a smile on my face, what do I give a shit?
And I also want to briefly mention too that when I heard Lupin's voice in the original promo for this, I was like, oh, I don't know. Sounds goofy. Sounds dorky. I think it's growing on me though. I think I'm kind of like digging it more that I hear it, but it did sound really weird when I first heard it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's one of those things where it's sort of like the legacy voice. It's the voice they've always used for Lupin in the U.S., or, well, almost always used.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've seen, like, part 2 or something before, back when it was on Toonami, you'll be like, no, this is definitely Lupin.
Oh, I totally can tell that this is, like, a traditional voice for him. It's just that, like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, having never heard it before, I just thought, ooh, sounds really kind of cartoony, but
he's a cartoony guy.
I guess so, yeah. And I think it works for the series. And I think there were moments in this episode when he played it more serious, and that kind of won me over. I'm like, okay, you can use that voice this way. It sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, want to talk about Naruto?
Okay. I don't even remember what happened in Naruto. So
Naruto Shippuden in episode 163, Explosion, Sage Mode.
Okay, I remember this one.
None of that happens. Instead of explosion, it's just like, wow, Naruto arrives in a cool entrance. Better cut back to everyone else just to make sure the audience knows no one of consequence actually died.
Yeah,
the first half was pretty much reaction shots, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it was first half reaction shots, and they finally started getting into the fight a little bit in the second half.
The second half was all right.
Yeah, I mean, like, he Naruto manhandled a giant rhino and, like, tossed him in the air, along with, the other summons, and the frogs just stabbed him to death. I
liked how they summoned that giant head, which I still have no idea what the fuck that is, but they just fed the robot pain to it, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to go again, and then he immediately gets Bellamy'd. Just like, whap!
I think that's technically their, like, Phoenix Down or something. It's the Phoenix Down machine.
What's funny, Grex, is that you read to us what that thing is and what it's called, but none of us remember.
It's just some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
Looking back, the paths of pain are not anywhere near as cool as I once kind of thought they were.
Yeah.
When you look at how they could actually only do exactly one thing.
I mean, that could have been awesome. Like, oh, they can only do exactly one thing. If the one thing each of them can do sort of like tied into each other. And it does do that a little bit, but not enough.
Like, yeah, they did the thing where, like, the slug was on Naruto's shoulder explaining things to him. In this episode, I remember that, and he's like, you can't hit this one without the others seeing it. They all will share the same vision and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that aspect of pain is pretty cool. All being able to see.
It's just that outside, like, the gravity path, the animal summoning path, and the, like, robot machine path. The other paths are like, what are they going to do in a fight?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, they got the guy that's immune to, like, jutsu and stuff too.
Yeah, but then you punch him, and he's like, "Oh no, my only weakness, punching."
Yeah, I mean, he just got warped. It's just like he's gone now. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I really like Pain as much, like as a character or as a threat, but I have liked this arc overall for the most part, just because of like the fact that stuff is happening.
Yeah,
and like the actual village gets blown up. Like that's more than you can say for most any other Naruto arc. Where
yeah.
just stuff
It feels
happens
like there's actual stakes in this arc.
Exactly. Yeah.
You say that now.
For now.
Anyway, I was watching the opening again, and it was like, oh, there's this really cool scene in the opening where like Sakura and Hinata and Ino are fighting Konan, and it's like, guess what's in the show? Fucking none of that.
Nope. I mean, Hinata's gonna do something cool, but that's about it.
That's a really cool opening, though.
Yeah.
If the actual arc was like that, it would be much more hype.
Yeah. No, but it's not.
The ending for this show is so weird. I mean, right now, it's like they cut from like Pain having, practically almost attempted killing everyone and destroying it, and there's like all this tension, and then you cut to like Hinata riding a bike. Like, what is this tone shift here?
Yeah,
shiny.
Yeah, like the singing is like the most cheery song ever.
Also, this episode marks the grand return of "I'm sorry, I'm so ungraceful" Frog. He just does something awesome. He's like, "I'm so ungraceful."
But you just did something. Boss Frog is also back.
Yeah.
They got Boss Frog, Ungraceful Frog, and that other guy.
Other guy.
Some random one.
Other frog. Yeah.
Random guy.
The one that looks like a doofus.
Let's call him Random Frog.
They should just do the Froggy song, and Pain will be like, "Nope, fuck this. I'm gone."
I can't handle it.
Like he'll literally just fuck it, like just float to the moon. He'll pull an Enel and be like, "Nope, fuck all this."
I gotta go to the fairy Earth.
Until I somehow come back later, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We can't resist talking about One Piece. It's still deep in our hearts.
Also, still, fuck you, Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah. You stole One Piece from us.
Yeah. I don't think we should be blaming Tokyo Ghoul. We should be blaming all the people who wanted Tokyo Ghoul. Those people.
They wanted a Kamiga kill.
For creating them.
They wanted Sword Art Online. They wanted Tokyo Ghoul. What are they going to want next?
Well, apparently Tokyo Ghoul.
What's the worst show that Toonami could get next?
Fairy Tail.
Oh God, fuck me. Please no.
I don't know enough about Fairy Tail, so I don't know.
The actual answer is something we probably haven't even considered or heard of.
Yeah, I mean, wait, let me take a look at the anime thread. Maybe they'll have something horrible there.
Just go to Sentai.com and you'll find something there, I'm sure.
Food Wars.
No. Actually, that might be, I've heard good things about that.
Its quality notwithstanding, it can't be a Toonami show.
No.
Yeah. Let's see.
Also, its name is Food Wars.
Oh, here we go. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon?
It can't be a comedy. A comedy is too good. It has to be the most brooding, non-self-aware of its own, over the topness. Yeah, it's got to be a show that. I immediately
thought of Suka Suka, and then what the actual title of that show, which is the most preposterous thing you've ever heard. But
what is it?
Fuck.
I gotta know.
I have to Wikipedia it for. Okay.
Right.
The translated title is World End. What are you doing at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us?
That whole bit?
That whole thing. It's a light novel, if you haven't guessed.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll explain it. I figured out what would be the worst show to put on. Berserk 2017.
Oh, no, that's it. That wins.
Yeah, you got it.
It can't get... Which is a shame, because it's fucking all. The story's fucking awesome. They just
See, that's why it would be, because it's such a bastardization of something that people love.
Adult Swim should bankroll a good Berserk anime.
Oh god, that would be awesome.
That
And
gif,
to just be like, okay, Adult Swim is done now.
that gif of him walking away from the camera, that it looks like a puppet, like on a stick, and he's just bouncing up and down.
And also the characters in the background are slowly sliding to the right.
Yes.
Wait, someone made a Devil May Cry anime? Why?
Didn't that show on Chiller?
I think so.
They did.
You're
Yeah.
right, it did. You're right.
We forgot
actually,
to talk about a Vicelands thing that is like
yeah.
the story.
But that's only UK.
But nobody ever mentioned that. They were like, it's a spiritual successor to Toonami.
Yeah, I was really
not a spiritual successor because Toonami's still a thing. Also, not in America.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I was surprised because it's
But
from
fuck you, we
Nerdist.
got you to click on this article.
Yeah, Nerdist is usually a little more up on stuff like that. But I hate when I know. I mean, I'm sure everyone here feels this way, but it really doesn't it rub you the wrong way. Like even in OT, if you post an OT and like something Toonami related is posted, and there's like at least 2 or 3 people in that thread who are like, "I love Toonami. It'd be great if it was back on the air or something." And I'm like, "What are you? Do you not?"
Well, I mean, there's a difference between like a random dude on GAF not knowing and a guy writing an article not knowing. Like that guy, like he should know.
Like I can totally see how if you don't know that it got to Adult Swim, and if you don't watch Adult Swim, like you would never notice.
It's easy to make the assumption that Toonami died because everyone knows that it went off the air.
Like you would literally have to watch Adult Swim. Step 1, you know, and then
also,
step 2, catch one of the very few promos they air outside of Toonami.
I'm not going to give them any slack because here's the thing. I bet you Nerdist has written other articles in the past about shows that have premiered on Toonami recently.
Oh, they definitely have.
And then I'm just talking about regular Joe Schmoes.
Oh, regular people. Yeah. I mean, it seems like if only our Toonami thread wasn't in relegated to the dark part of NeoGAF.
Well, otherwise we would be like, are you browsing NeoGAF on after midnight on Sunday morning?
This is the only thread you'll see.
This is the only time this thread is at.
But that's why it works. That's why I think it should be okay, because like it's not like a thread that like would always be at the top because it only happens once a week.
Yeah. I mean, it is usually near the top of the community thread.
It is. It's probably the most popular community thread. So, all right, whatever. Anyway, that's just an aside.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all for this episode, I guess. Unless there's anything else in Naruto. Probably not.
This is the last good arc.
Oh, he threw that big shuriken.
Oh yeah, he threw the wind Rasengan thingy.
It's nice to know we've gone from Rasengan to Shuriken Rasengan to he threw it. Man, he's getting so many cool, unique moves that aren't just, hey, what if I Rasengan him in the face again?
At least he threw it.
At least he threw it.
At least he threw it.
Anyway, any final thoughts on anything?
I liked the episode of Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, this is a really good episode.
Mm-hmm. Like if you didn't see it, go back and watch it because it was fun.
They reviewed Prey.
Yes, they did.
I bought that in the Steam sale. I'm sure it'll be fine.
They gave it the score they give every game. So
this game exists. 8 out of 10.
Exactly. I don't think they're capable of doing anything.
This game exists, and Jason DeMarco didn't make an angry tweet about it. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, like I have a feeling that he wouldn't review anything that's less than 8 out of 10 in the first place.
I think that's true. I don't. It makes sense that so many are 8s or are 9 because that's the only games they want to play or games that are good. So
also, how fast are they going to review that Dragon Ball FighterZ game?
So fast.
Like they'll have a review ready like the first Toonami.
Yeah.
After that releases.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get a review copy this time.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like had it's like, please
Gimme.
let us bank. We literally are the only place this show airs on TV in the United States.
Yeah.
We got this.
Fund a new game room that will then be, fund a new game room that will then be blown up in the next Total Immersion event. After appearing one time and only one time.
It's cool that it's coming out though, because like with Super and on Toonami as well, it's like Dragon Ball's kind of having a little minor resurgence, and you got this game. So
Dragon Ball never really like went away, but
I guess
it almost literally feels like between when it must have been like between when GT ended and honestly when Team 4-Star started getting popular.
Yeah.
Because Team 4-Star predates Kai, right?
Yes, they do. I do have to ask though. Which one do you think they're going to go for next? Team 4-Star. You think they're going to do GT or Super? Because apparently they're only doing one.
They said they're not doing Super. Period. End of story.
Oh well, no. I thought they said they were doing either GT or Super.
No, they have to. Well, they have to do Boo.
Well, after Boo, I mean.
I don't think. I think honestly, after Boo, they might just go back and redo the Saiyan arc.
I don't think they have to.
I mean, it's kind of bad now.
Well, I mean, the Raditz stuff, needs to be fixed up, but the rest of it's fine.
Vegeta, when the actual, member of Team 4-Star Vegeta was still around.
Yeah.
Also, I just thought of something. We probably have to hear what the Total Immersion event is at Anime Expo, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, again, I don't think they're going to have Toonami news at Anime Expo unless it's part of an existing panel.
Yeah.
I think we will have to hear about Total Immersion in the future, but maybe not this weekend.
Because they straight out said, we're going to do one every year, and it's going to be how we change the block look.
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's this soon.
I mean, they might not hype it up this year, They might decide, we'll just spring it on you this time.
I wonder if this is the one where we're just finally going to get Tom 6.
No, they're going to keep the standard Tom.
I mean, what else would you do with the tie now? Like, what would he even be?
Just keep him the way he is.
Like hide and seek with Georgia. I found you! New block look. There you go. Fuck it, we're out.
Close enough.
Well, they're in space now. They'll probably go through a wormhole or something.
Oh yeah, that's probably a thing.
They'll go through a wormhole and end up in an Adult Swim music video. Now the block packaging just looks like that all the time. Every time a bump comes on, it's like the title of the show is screamed out from the eyeballs of some dude.
Yeah, they always have eyeballs, don't they?
Yeah.
They always do. It's always something with eyeballs.
It's always the eyes.
Yep. Because eyes are creepy, I mean, they just
soft and squishy. Anyway, that's about it for this episode of the ToonamiGAF podcast. Thank you, Moradin.
No problem.
Thank you, C. Kohler.
No problem.
Thank you, B-Dubs.
Okay.
We'll see you guys again in 2 weeks. Good night.
Wow.